Sugarlicious, so nutritious, delicious, cooking with sugar. Cooking with sugar.
All right, today on Cooking with Sugarlicious, I have a treat for you. What I'm going to be doing is baking kale. And the way that this is going to be done is washed, dried with a paper towel or with a regular hand towel if you have a hand towel. But the whole object is to get the moisture out. Otherwise, it's going to absorb the liquid or the dampness, and it won't get crispy. And then what I'm doing is just sprinkling on a little garlic Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to just lightly, not enough of anything really, of the lemon. Just kind of, it takes a little bit of the bitterness out. I'm going to put it in the oven, and it just makes such a wonderful appetizer. Rather than having fries or something fried, the kale, it's nutritious. It has your vitamins in it, and it's just something that's different. And it's kind of a craze. I first saw it when I was in Denver, Colorado, and it went by, and it was a just big mound of something. And I said, "What is that?" And they says it's baked kale. So since then, I have been baking kale, and it is so good. I also recently found it's called black kale, and that leaf, instead of it being kind of a bunchy kind of like leaf, it's a long stemmed leaf, and it is delicious. It's a little bit sweeter, or it's not as bitter as the regular kale, but it's called black kale, and it is just delicious. But the other treat I have for you today, and it's really kind of personal to me, even though it's goat, it's still personal to me because I am the one that dressed the goat. I wasn't the one that actually, killed the goat, but I dressed it, processed it, and so I had goat. So today, I'm not going. I've already cooked it because of the length of time that it takes, and this is a 30-minute, show. So I just want to tell you about and share with you how I marinated the goat with. This is just the leg. It's like the leg and the thigh part, but this is and because it's already cooked, it's already done. It looks like any other roast. I'm just laying it out there. And isn't he beautiful? Just so beautiful. And with the goat, we serve sweet potato. And the way I like to do the sweet potato, I'm going to get right back to telling you how I prepared it. But what I like to do is just cut the tip off, and then maybe in 1-inch slices, and serve it like that. It's a little different, but it's the sweet potato, goat, curry, and also I'd like to let you know that it is in the cookbook. Yes, the cookbook, and I'll show you that as well. But I fell in love with the goat years ago. My nephew-in-law from Trinidad, he fixed that for us, cabrito. And I have loved it ever since. And I was just kiddingly saying, oh, one day I'm going to fix me some goat. But this is just one way that you can prepare it. And a lot of times people do like, I'm just going to take a little bit, you know what, I have another cutting board right here. Just to add a little bit of kick to it. This is kind of like working backwards, but God kind of works like that as well. So, I know how I began and I know how I finished, so I'll be able to share that with you. All right. If you don't like a lot of heat, then just for the flavor, take the seeds out, just in case that you have somebody in the family or you yourself don't really care that much for a lot of heat. But somehow the heat with the goat just go together. And anyway, there it is. And this is Pedro. But anyway, let me show you, and share with you how I prepared this goat. First of all, and it's in the cookbook as well. The Haitian curried goat is in the cookbook. And I started in a roaster pan, and a lot of times you use buttermilk, but if you don't have any buttermilk, if you have ranch dressing, it's going to do the very same thing. So inexpensive ranch dressing is still going to tenderize the meat. And the meat already, there's not a lot of fat. That's one thing about goat. It doesn't have a lot of fat, but it does absorb flavor. So don't be afraid to use the seasonings. Use the curry, and you want to marinate a dry rub with the goat. You're marinating it in the buttermilk and a little of the maybe a third of a cup of apple cider vinegar, depending on how large of a piece you're using. Now this one it's not real big, so I didn't have to use that much. I've had the ribs now. I've had the back. We had the back last week, and everybody at the ministry just really did enjoy it. In fact, some people didn't even know that it was goat. They just thought it was beef, a beef roast. So that was good. Then I told them what it was, but it was okay. So that's the marinade, and I marinated it overnight in a sandwich Ziploc bag, the gallon-sized bag, overnight, and then put it back into the roaster. And that I had 4 onions, a full bulb of garlic, and all of that was just coarsely chopped. It wasn't finely chopped. It was coarsely chopped, like quartered. The onions were. All of that. I had yellow onion in there, had white onion in there, I had a purple onion in there. In fact, what I did, I kind of cleaned out my crisper. So the stuff that I had in there, I had jalapeno. Now, on one of the recipes, they use 5 different types of peppers. Now, when we go to Haiti, they use a lot of peppers in the seasoning as well. And so then after that is all brought together, then it goes in the oven. Now I start mine out at 400 for just 1 hour. And then that's to get everything married all together and get it all blended in together, seasoned down in there. And then I drop the temperature to 225. And I let that stay in there about an hour and a half. So about 2.5 hours from start to finish. And you want to use your meat thermometer. So when it gets to about 160, between 150, 160, 165, at the thickest part of the roast, the leg, if that's what you're doing, or the back, or the shoulder, the stomach part, but the thickest part of the meat is where you want to insert your thermometer. But you don't want to take that thermometer through the meat, because you're going to get a false reading. You're going to get the bottom of the pan, which is going to be hotter than the actual meat. So you want to stay away from sticking it all the way through and then just reading it. Most thermometers should have what type of meat, goat's not on there, but lamb is on there, beef is on there, chicken is on there, pork is on there. So you'll be able to tell the temperatures. Always remember, food continues to cook after you take it out of the oven. So when you take it out to set it, and we call it resting, so after you set it, it's going to still continue to cook. And then you want to just slice your goat on a diagonal, or you can pull it apart like you would a pork shoulder or a beef roast if you want to serve it that way, just depending on how you cut it up. Now, I've had it to where it's been in a roast like this, and then I've had it where it's just been chunks of goat, like when I go to the restaurant. So I really don't know what part of the goat it is, but I do know that it's goat. When we go to Haiti, it's cut up in small pieces and small parts. So I don't know what the part is, but I sure know it's good. But the sweet potatoes just add, and then you just sprinkle a little bit more of the chili powder, a little bit more of the curry powder over it, and then you serve it. I just have it served on kale. In fact, let me check my kale that I have in the oven. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, and it smells so good. So, I'm excited about this, and I'm going to just get a piece, slice off a piece. It's very lean. Very, very lean. And I was just amazed at how easy it was to dress him out. I was really, really amazed. That was my first experience. You know, and it was actually for my 60th birthday. I turned 60 on February 9th, and this was Saturday, February 8th. And I thought, what an awesome birthday gift. I was going to do a wild boar, but when I saw that sign, goats for sale, I called the number and I asked the gentleman what what the price was and how do we go about doing the goat, killing the goat. And so he showed me or told me, and I says, well, it's my birthday, and I really would love to do this for my birthday. And he told me, well, if it wasn't raining, and this is just some of the drippings from the goat. And again, it's just like any other type of roast, whether it's a pork roast or whether it's a beef roast, lamb. And I know we have the sweet potatoes, but I'm going to also serve it with rice because that's just kind of a traditional standard is the rice. And we also have salad. And then again, take some more of the gravy. This is just pan gravy. Full of garlic though. Lots of garlic. I love garlic. And then we're going to have just a little salad. I like a texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some nuts to the salad. And then this is just, it's a sesame, cashew, pecan, walnut, almond mixture. And then this will just give it some crunch. Cashews are great, and the sesame is real good. And for those that really like onion, and there you go. That is braised goat roast, sweet potatoes, and salad with a mixture of the nuts on the top for some crunch. So that is my Haitian curry goat, which you can find that recipe, the full complete recipe, in the cookbook. Now it's time to check the kale, and I'll be right back.
Cooking with sugar.
We're back right now, and I just got the kale out of the oven. And I'm telling you, it's not the greatest looking food, but I'm telling you, it is so good. And there's crunch to it. That is so good. So you can use it as an entree, or can I sprinkle? Oh, it's good. Again, my garlic parmesan, and I use it on the asparagus, But I'm just going to take a little of this lemon. Just squeeze just a little on it, and that's just to brings out, that is so good. Some of the flavor, and then I have some baked chicken, and this is going to be baked lemon chicken because I have lemon pepper. And what happened was that the oven was nice and hot. I had these chicken thighs. I wanted to go ahead and cook them all up because I had the oven on. And so that's what I did. And I like to do that because now if I want to have a chicken salad, I can take just a regular salad, take the meat off of the chicken thigh. Like I said, it is hot. Slice the chicken off. Let it cool. It's resting right now, but you can see that it's still hot. You can buy the thighs, which is a lesser expensive cut of meat of the chicken, the thigh, and you can it's so versatile. You can do so much with it. And what I'm going to do is let this cool because I don't want it to wilt the lettuce. Because it is still very hot. And when you add hot to unless you want a wilted salad, which is fine. But what I'm going to do is just kind of set this to the side. So the same chicken breast, same chicken thigh, same chicken leg, you can use it in a variety of food ideas. And I'm still going to eat my kale. That is so good. This is just cooling down some. On the Parmesan cheese with the garlic, kind of really added a robust flavor to the kale. That is very good. So that's cooled down. And to the salad, I have fresh kale, the same kind that I just baked. I have the baby spinach, regular spinach, arugula lettuce, romaine lettuce, cherry tomatoes, purple cabbage, purple onion, and some fresh garlic and radishes. Like I said, I cleaned out the crisper. I cleaned out my vegetable bin. And so now, instead of me, and I have olives as well. So now what I'm going to do, throw that part of the chicken away. I'm just going to put the chicken on the top. Remember, we used the lemon pepper. And enough for 2 people, or if you really like it, you can also take some home later, take some to work the next day, and then what you want to do is just take a little bit of your lemon. I'm going to make a full meal out of it. I think that's very beautiful. It's very wholesome. It's very, very healthy. I'm going to just add a little bit more of the kale. And there you go. And your baked chicken. So if you look and see, we took the salad with the goat and the sweet potatoes, the rice with the gravy, green onion, and then I had the mixture of the nuts that I put on top of. Put a little jalapeno on that one. And there that was. Then I just took the same salad, took a chicken thigh that I had already prepared when I was cooking earlier, and turned it into a chicken salad. And so the reason why, if you notice, there's no bread. I could actually put some, you know what? This is my show, so I can do it any way I want to do it. You know what I have? I have some pasta that I need to use. And this is pasta that is in garlic and olive oil. And you know what I'm going to put? You got it right. Just a little bit of Parmesan. There we go. Now that's a little bit more complete. I've always said if we ate as though we were a diabetic, if you see, I haven't used any salt. I haven't used any sugar. The amount of the proportions is adequate. I have more green than I have any other color on the plate. And that's what you should do also when you're cooking. You should have, and you're preparing food for yourself or for your loved ones, you should have more green than anything. That's what should stand out on your plate, is green. And then you know that you're getting your vitamins, your nutrients, and everything that your body needs to keep going. This is the year that we are going to go stronger and to have that strength, like an old cowboy, to have that strength to ride to the end of that trail. He's not putting a lot of junk in his body. When he does eat, he's eating good. And we've got to do the same thing. That old saying about you are what you eat, well, come on, let's get aboard and let's eat something. The oven fried chicken, oven fried lemon chicken, it has a coating on it, it has a crust on it, it's crisp. It's not overcooked or dried. The same with the salad. It has crunch. It has chicken in it as well. And there's not a bunch of meat. And you can change the way you eat. You can change the way you think. You can change the way you live. It's all about you. Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it later? But you will change. You will definitely change. I know I've had to. My mother has had to, cooking for my mother, and then the other people that I know that's on Facebook even. The pictures that they're showing, the stories that they're telling, the testimonies that they're giving, how they changed one meal at a time, just one meal, just how they went to their pantries and they looked at their pantries and one food item. Instead of buying the blue box of salt, they still bought a blue box, but it was kosher salt. It was sea salt. Instead of buying garlic salt, seasoning salt, lemon pepper salt, that's just sodium upon sodium upon sodium. They're now buying fresh garlic, and they're cutting it up themselves. Fresh onions, they're slicing them up and dicing them up themselves. So it's all what you want to do. How much do you want to invest in yourself to be able to have a long, healthy, strong life? What are you willing to give up today so the doctors don't have to put you on an oxygen tank or put you on dialysis or have you eating such bland, restricted food you're almost wanting to give up? Well, if you start today changing the way that you eat, the way that you think about eating, going every now and then and getting a bucket of grilled chicken, you can do that. It doesn't always have to be fried. Even when you go, and if you have a salad dressing, there's nothing wrong with salad dressing. I have salad dressing right here. Low sodium salad dressing, a vinaigrette and a oil and vinegar salad dressing. I have it right here. But it's in moderation, and you want to order the salad dressing on the side. The same thing here. Yes, I have a sweet potato and rice, but rice is a staple in a lot of the countries. No matter what else they serve, you're going to have rice. I am not fond of white rice, but occasionally I will eat white rice. Especially if I'm eating sushi, I'm going to eat white rice, sticky rice. But that's not an everyday, all the time. I prefer brown rice. Okay? And then again, if we come over to this plate here, we have the fruit. Again, we have grapes, Concord grapes. We have the regular green grapes. We have fresh strawberries. We have prosciutto with mozzarella. We have the cream French cheese. And then we have a sharp cheddar cheese. But if you look at the colors, just look at the colors. And the colors is what the eye attracts. It's luscious. It's juicy. It's actually healthy, but it looks good. And not only that, it tastes good. So when you've got all of those components going, you can't lose. You want to lose that weight? Well, then you've got to do something about losing that weight. You've got to change the way you think about eating. Open up your eyes and look and see what you have in that cabinet that when you go make groceries today, you don't have to buy. Instead of just going and getting a white loaf of bread, you can get the 9-grain bread, the whole grain oatmeal, instead of just those instant packages that's full of sodium because of the shelf life. Anything that has a long shelf life has a lot of preservatives. So if you're eating a lot of preservatives, you're preserving the fat that's in your body. If you're eating a lot of salt or sodium, which is going to say it on the label, is full of preservatives to preserve that fat. And then if you're eating a lot of fat, that's not good for your heart, then you're going to do the same thing. So this is a meal that a diabetic could eat. This is a meal that's definitely going to help you with your energy, your vitamins, your enzymes, and everything else your body needs. And you can eat a whole plate of it. You can eat all of this. You can eat all of this salad. 2 ounces, it was not even quite 2 ounces on a chicken thigh. And it's tasty, it's flavorful. So I just want to tell you about the cookbook. Don't want to miss the cookbook. It is out, it is available. We're just working on the cover right now. And all the information is at the bottom of the screen, or you can just call me. In fact, my phone is somewhere right here, 409-789-9631. The first 3 callers will get a complimentary signed cookbook signed by Sugarlious. Thank you today for coming in and letting me be part of your life today with the goat, with the grilled chicken salad, with the with the baked kale. And I will be back. Just remember, until next time, be blessed.
So nutritious, delicious, cooking with sugar. Cooking with sugar.